Hello students, this is Sir Tutorial Hub, and today I discuss about a topic from statistics, and this topic is about correlation. Correlation. What is correlation, and what is the definition of it? And what is the mathematical representation of it? And this is the topic of today. And before we start this topic, I appeal to all of you to subscribe this channel to get such kind of videos. Subscribe, and if you like, then like, and of course if you have any suggestion, then comment me. So let's start this topic. First we define what is correlation. Definition is that if we consider two variables, any two variables, definition, if we consider any two variables, consider any two variables, then variables x and y, then between them the relation, dependence, or interdependence, or association, the interdependence or the association is called the correlation. The interdependence of the variables on each other, interdependence or the association, any association. This is x and y. This is x and y variable, or association is called the correlation between the two variables. So what does it mean? Actually, if you change any variable, if they are correlated, any one if you change at a certain scale, then you must get a certain scale of change in the other variable. This is the interdependence, and this is the correlation. Correlation free means no dependence, and correlation means there in each some association or interdependence. So association, which is called correlation, which is called correlation. So how this correlation can be mathematically expressed? Correlation. So this mathematically expression I'll write here. Then I'll explain. If this is expressed by r, small r, this correlation for the variable x and y, then it is expressed in this way: rxy is equal to covariance. This is written in this way, short form, covariance of xy and root over of variance ax random variable x of variance x multiply root over of variance y. So this is the mathematical representation of the correlated two random variables x and y. This is, so what is covariance? Now I will clarify the mathematical expression of covariance and variance also. If x and y taking n, x and y both are taking uh, 1, 1 to up to n values with the difference 1 up to n values, then and these are represented by xi and y also taking this range 1 to n values, then these are written xi yi. This is the number of values, pair of n number of values of x and y can be represented by covariance in this way. Covariance x y is equal to, we have taken n number of values of x y, so 1 by n summation of I derives from 1 to n with a difference 1. So here will be n and here will be xi minus mean of the uh, random variables xi. This is mean of the variable x, and yi minus mean of the variable y. So this is the expression. In short, it can be written in this way: 1 by n summation of xi yi minus x mean y mean. If you expand this, you will get this. You must do this as a homework. Very interesting to watch this, how it can be, how these are equal, these equality holds. Must watch, you must check your own self. And variance of x will be 1 by n summation of I xi minus mean of x square. This is the variance side. It is also written in short way: 1 by n summation xi x I whole square minus x mean whole square. And variance of y also will be, variance of y will be 1 by n summation. Similarly, like variance x, there will be yi minus y mean whole square is equal to, it can be also written in this way: 1 by n summation I yi whole square minus mean of y. So if the if x y take n number of values, then covariance, variance of x and variance of y can be represented by these datas, and This can be actually used to develop the correlation between x and y. So this is the correlation coefficient. It is called correlation coefficient. So correlation coefficient can be reduced by using these data. You are given the two variables with a number of data. Then you can very easily calculate the correlation coefficient. I wish to show all of you what is the one thing you cannot very easily that uh, I have written already written the correlation coefficient. If you put that correlation coefficient must be symmetric. Rxy is equal to y ryx. By definition, it is very clearly. I have already written this definition. You can very easily watch this. That it is symmetric. It is a special property of the correlation coefficient. It does not matter xy you are written or yx you are written. Writing. And one more property that the numerical value of the correlation coefficient is independent of the change of the origins and scales of the variables. So it does not matter uh, how you change the origin. If you wish to change, you can change. It does not matter. The numerical value is independent from this, out of this, and scales of the variables. So some diagrams then I will show one more property of correlation coefficient. Like this is the variable ax uh, and this is the variable y. Then what is the positive correlation? Positive correlation data or scatter data will be in this way. This is the positive correlation. You will get if you wish to get positive correlation, so data's scatter must be in this way. If the data is scattered in this way, then you will get positive correlation. Otherwise, you will not get positive correlation. Positive correlation. And if the data is scattered in this way, data is scattered in this way, you can move this move in this way. If the data is scattered, probably in this way, then you will get negative correlation. Then you will get negative correlation. Important these data. I'm sorry. And zero correlation point is also important. If the scatter points or the data you are getting in this way, like a circle, not a head and not a tail, but a circle, the scatter points, then you will get zero correlation. There you will get zero correlation. So positive correlation means can it take values up to infinity, or there are any upper limit of the required correlation coefficient. So we will find this that correlation coefficient is actually bounded data, bounded quantity. So this is zero correlation. So R actually, which is a correlation coefficient, is bounded by -1 to 1. It cannot cross the limit of it. How it can be proved? I am proving this. So we have again x and y two variables. Both can take uh, with the difference 1 up to n number of values or n number of data. Y also can take with the difference of 1 can take n number of data. So the pair is represented by xi and yi, and maximum data are number n numbers. Now R I have already shown that it will be R will be actually I am again writing. I am writing by definition. It will be covariance xy and our variance x. Our variance x is actually uh, equal to variance is equal to root of standard deviation. You know about it. So we will use this here. Variance y. So if we use standard deviation of x and y, then it can be changed in this way. Covariance value I am putting here. This is 1 by n summation I x I y I x I minus mean of x and yi minus mean of y. This is a covariance. I have written this formula for n data of x and y, and variance of x is equal to standard deviation of x root of the standard deviation of x. So it will be just because there is root over, so this will be just standard deviation of x, and in this way this will be standard deviation of y. So this is the data. Now I can write down this in this way. I can break this 1 by 8. So x and sy cannot depend do not depend on the summation. So you can push both of them under the summation, and this can be written right down in this way. I am taking xi minus mean of x by standard deviation of x and yi mean of y by standard deviation of y. Now if you are taking that this is I am erasing the above writings. Now I am taking that the first one is equal to I am taking this uh, is equal to PR. This is equal to PR. PR is equal to xi minus mean x by standard deviation of x, and qi is equal to yi minus mean y by standard deviation of y. Now so this is equal to R. So what will be summation P and Q? Pi Qi. Summation Pi Qi will be, if we put these assumptions, then you will get the summation Pi Qi is equal to NR. From this, we can get this. Now we will use to find out What will be the value of summation I pi square? Pi square. It is important to find out. That's why I'm finding. It will be if we have taken this. This is pi. So this will be summation I xi minus mean x by sx, standard deviation of x whole square, which will be standard deviation does not depend on the summation, so we can bring out take out from it a6 division whole square, and what will be it, you know, this xi and mean of x, what will be, this is of course is equal to n s6 square. What is the definition of standard deviation of x? This is equal to x whole square is equal to, or this is the variance of ax is equal to, actually is equal to 1 by n, and summation of xi minus mean of x whole square. So this is written here, so we can write down here this is equal to n sx square, n sx square and by sx square. So what we will get here, we will get just n. So summation pi whole square is equal to n. Similarly, summation of qi whole square is also equal to n. Very easy to find out. Same way we will have to go, and we will find out that summation of qi whole square is equal to n. Now we will know that every uh, square of summation of squares is non-negative. Every summation of squares is non-negative. So if we will take this is pi plus qi whole square, squares of summation, this must be non-negative. Either can be 0 or greater than 0. So if we break it further, then it will be summation pi square plus summation qi square, then summation summation pi qi, we have all the values for this. We have find out all the values, we put there. This is n plus this is also n, and this is 2nr. We have found out this is nr. So there are 2nr. So what will be the value of here? Here it will be, then what will be the value of greater than equal to 0. So here r is greater than equal to, when will be on the right hand side, minus 1. So r must be greater than equal to minus 1. Also one more negative, we have already obtained that r must be greater than equal to minus 1. It cannot limit, cannot be greater than minus 1. It cannot be less than minus 1. It always be greater than minus 1 or equal to minus 1. One data we have, one proof we have already done. Second proof is that we will do in this way. We will take also we know the same region. The summation of e square is always non-negative. So we will take here now Pi Qi subtraction between Pi and Qi. This is also non-negative. Now we will again put this, and this will be summation Pi whole square plus summation Qi whole square minus 2 into summation Pi Qi. This is greater than equal to 0. And again put these values. What you will get? Plus a plus a minus 2n. Here r contains negative sign, so we can write this 2nr less than equal to 2n. So here r contains the maximum value, just 1. R cannot cross the limit of 1. So r is also less than equal to 1. So r has a range. What range? From -1 to 1. The important for the study of correlation coefficient that R have always have a limit values, and its range from -1 to 1. So there are many topics related to correlation coefficient. I'll discuss later. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, then share it with friends. If you have any suggestion, then comment to me. Thanks.